What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure with the Bearded Bobber. I know it's been a minute. Last time we were talking about those Ciro lights, and I did say I had the Cybercharger. Well, I got a couple other things, but today we are focusing on the Cybercharger. Now here we look. We got the Cybercharger we're going to talk about today, and we also got the driver highway peg mounts, and we got these pegs right here to go with it. I really like these. I got all the black to go with the Darkhorse, but today we are focusing on this. We're going to show you what everything entails on the inside. This is really good, especially if you got a bagger taking long distance, especially if you have a bagger before having GPS. So that is definitely a huge help, having your phone on the charger, not having to have that cable hang from your phone. A lot of different things like that I think really come in handy. This for me is going to come in handy for moto vlogging, using the 360 camera. I hate going out and using the 360 camera and just leaving it on. There's so much memory, so many things that go with that. It can be just a waste of space sometimes, especially when you're, going from here to Sturgis and you're not planning on pulling over for 200 miles. This will definitely come in handy, I think, for that. So let's go ahead and check out what's inside the box and get this installed. All right, guys, so in the package, you're going to have the phone mount itself. Here you can see the adjustability to it, the lock. This hole right here goes to a ball mount. Here you have the mount itself and the ball, so that way you guys can change which direction. And it's got this nice little teeth set up here. You have the spacers, so that way you can add this to your mount system on the bike. And then you have your bolts here, and this one of course goes with this guy. So that all being said, some do need a extended one for 2022 pursuits and up. There's other bolts that I have that are a little bit longer. Mine's a 2020, so one of these two sets right here are going to be perfectly fine for mine. I already actually have the Ciro big ass cup holder as well on the other side, so I've done this before. What we're going to do is we're going to take this wiring here, and you got your fuse down here. This is going to run down to your battery. This guy's going to run up for the Challenger. Let me take you over there real quick. Now on the Challenger, sorry guys, this is a little dark right here. We're going to run the perch mounts up here. So the phone holder will be right here. I'm going to run down this. It's going to run down here, through here, down the radiator, right here on the side. There's like a little groove. And the battery tray is right down there, and I can access it from the front where the fuses are for some stuff in my stereo already. So we'll set it down in there and be able to attach it to everything, so that we have a nice seamless run. It shouldn't be anything too crazy. All right, now that we've got the battery tray off here, you can see it's just like there's two rivets here. Mine's been broken, but that's my fault. So we're gonna take this piece here, and since it's single, it'll be easier to run into the back and up to our handlebars, while we take the other side that has the fuse. Let me check in here. Good. Okay, so we're going to have, of course, one going to power and one going to the negative on your battery. Double check your battery. I don't want to this side. No, they are labeled, but if somehow they're backwards, I just want to make sure you guys know. You can see this is my audio, Davidson audio setup. So I have a fuse over here with these power cords going to my amp. Let's see. So nicely, these are the little Y shapes. So we're going to back this out just a little bit and to get this going on here, because like I said, I have my stereo setup on here, so it makes this a little bit tighter of an area. You can do I believe it's a 10 mil, but I'm just going to use a Phillips. Let's get in here. All right, so we just used a Phillips. I happen to have one sitting there on my drill. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to take this cord and run it behind here. Now what I'm doing right now is checking the length where we want to set this fuse up. It looks like we're going to have to tuck it right in here, right back there, so that way it can run to the power side right here. So what I should have done actually is ran this cord behind here and then that way, which I may actually have to do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're feeding the cable through here. Now we're gonna run it. There's cables all right here. They go to the stereo and down in this little pocket. So we're gonna run it there. We'll end up zip tie all the way through here. So it's a nice tight fit. And then it's gonna run up here to the bars and so on. So this is just a quick thing. You guys get to kind of skip to the next part. I'll just fast forward you real quick. Alright guys, we're going to look in here. Don't remind me, my bike has got a good amount of miles on it, so she's filthy. But in here, we have the bars connected to the forks. So right down there, I'm going to actually run this wire. Let's see if I can get you in there a little bit. There's wires down here. Run that way and then up, so that way I don't want to go here and have any wire loose next to the triple tree. So we're going to go through on the frame to the triple tree and then back up. That way everything has its place. Like we can be kind of bunched up in the center instead of being bunched up over here on the side where everything moves. The other way you could do this is if the tank was off, you could run it under the tank and then that way. But I don't think it's necessary to do it like that crazy. I think we'll be fine doing it this way, and then we can just run this wire up here. The other way, you could also, I'd have to look at it, but there's a chance you could run this wire all the way through your handlebars and then down. I'm not doing that. I'm going out here. We're going to run up with the brake line and then attach it to the phone charger. All right, so right here, we're going to actually do this perch piece. We're going to find the bolts. And we're going to put this guy right here on top. And it's got the spacers, so that way it can sit nicely, like right here. And then this guy we're going to mess around with, see where we like the phone mount to sit, and get that guy going. And we're going to thread lock all of the bolts that go back in there. So what we're doing here is like thread lock on the bolts. We're going to take this spacer here, place it right here, so that way this stays out from the stock perch, and this gives us our new mounting spot. So we're going to take this guy in here. It's got these little grooves. Slide that in there, connect, and it's the same top and bottom. I just didn't have my mic recording for the first set, so that's fun. And then we're also going to take this guy, and once we get the piece on there for the phone mount, we're going to figure out where it's going. I just have not had time to do anything personally for the bikes, so doing this at night kind of sucks, but hey, that's what we do. I just need another set of lights in the garage, except for I'm moving, so I'm not going to put all that work into this garage. Now with ball mounts, take this guy here, we're going to pop it on there. This guy will pop down. There we go. It's kind of, let's see, let's kind of straighten the bars out. So we can kind of go here, or if we reverse this, This way, we can put the phone up here. I kind of think I want the phone low. I don't think I want it all like up in the wind, but this is new to me, so I don't know. I'm gonna go this route. You guys telling me if you've done something different. There we go. So we screw this piece, and then it's got like a vice grip, like a clamp. And of course I have to have a big phone, so they're kind of clamped there. I don't have the ball mount all the way tight, so that's part of that looseness that you're seeing. And I gotta tighten the arm to the bar. So that's a little Allen right there. But okay, now let's see. This should run without the bike on, because it is directly to your battery. So that is something to be careful about on your long distance runs. There we go. And there it is. So the phone's charging right now. Now that's something to think about with these. I know some people have had a couple of issues with power draw. I don't see this thing having a real crazy draw. It's something I'm gonna learn with time. But I like the phone there. I don't mind that. It's gotta, like I said, I gotta tighten that up, but just the mount itself, taking a lot, and I didn't even, let's see, there we go. So let's tighten it a little bit more. So there's a lot of room to still tighten this. Whoop. Yeah, I loosened that up before I did that. And like I said, that wasn't even tight, so. But it's charging, it's good. All right, so we gotta tidy this up. We're gonna wrap this up here, and then I'll run it down the brake line, and then get our access down in there in the neck. This is what I was talking about in here. I got all the zip ties ran in. So I gotta take those, cut those. We've got the wire tucked up here. This thing on nice and tight now. And then, so we're gonna get the wires running down in here. So a couple zip ties I gotta cut there. I gotta just put the battery cover back on. Okay guys, we have the bike all buttoned up. I really wanted to show you this in the daylight and not at night. We have the Ciro Cybercharger, like, let's see, take the phone, plop it down in there, bam, we're charging. So the bike's not on. That's one thing to think about. Maybe unplug that when you're storing the bike, or, you know, always trickle charger. The trick right here is to tighten this like this, and then you'll press, and then it clamps down, and it can keep going. So we have the wiring ran right here. I did this loosely. I don't want to put too much pressure on the brake line, and I have it down here with this rubber band that comes from Indian. Another zip tie down here loosely in the right directions, all the way through there. Down here I have all the zip wires cut from earlier, and then down here everything's with the battery. So everything's buttoned up nice. I'm really digging this. I want to get it out on the road and like test it, see how well it works with when I'm doing my Insta360 and all the little tricks that I'm going to take advantage of with using that. And you can see it's on a ball mount here. So if you did take this off and changed it, there's other things you can do with ball mounts and camera mounts and stuff like that. I have the one over here. Someone had lost my bolt, so I'm putting another bolt from Ciro on here. Shortly, you can see how clean this setup is right here. Now on some of the Pursuits 2022 and up, apparently the Pursuits have something different. So there is another perch mount hardware kit for these. You can see right here the longer bolts, and it looks like, yeah, a longer spacer in there as well. So that's all something to think about. Really check in all your stuff when you're getting this stuff. Ciro makes really nice stuff. So if you guys are looking for a phone mount charger with and you have wireless capabilities. Right now this is not tight, so I'm just showing you guys. Really dig it. It's nice. You don't have to have your phone cord to it and everything. When you're traveling and you're traveling and you're traveling, these big bikes, the extra little features are very nice to have. There is a USB cord in here already for the Indian Challenger, so there is ways to take the phone cord up there or charge your phone and throw it in the pocket while you're riding. But if you need to use it, you need access for vlogging and stuff like that, I think that's a real big help. Or if you're on, let's say, Bombshell Biker's bike is right here, and if we had that mounted on here, that would give her GPS and everything else, and the wiring, you'd be able to run down to the battery to do all that fun stuff and be able to have everything you would need, where stuff you don't normally have on the big bagger. This bagger has, for like the Springfields, they have a charger in the saddlebag, so that's a lot different. Her bike's very dirty. I need to wash it. But all right, guys, that is all. Stay safe, stay classy, and go check out Ciro3D.com.